Flashers, floaters, and flamingos. That's today's topic. Let's hit it. Hey everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to another Blind to Billionaire video, and today's topic is all about flashes, floaters, and flamingos. So let's get into today's topic. I've had a few people reach out to me asking if I experience flashes. Now, I never knew what these flashes were up until maybe like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I had never known what these flashes were until I started experiencing them. So I thought, I've talked about this in other videos, and I thought that I would actually have a dedicated video talking about these because they are pretty unique. Now, I think this is across the board, not only people who have RP like me, retinitis pigmentosa, but it seems like flashes occur with a lot of different people in the low vision community. So I don't know, let's talk about it. I just wanted to let you know, like, hey, I also do experience the flashes too, so if you are experiencing them, you're certainly not alone. There's a lot of us out there that do. So let's explain the flashes. Initially, when they started happening for me, it was really weird because in some situations, like I would be somewhere, and now just to explain my vision really quickly, I have light perception, so like I can see really bright lights. Like up above, there's a bright light. I can see that if I look at it. Otherwise, that's about, I mean, I can see like glares and other bright lights in most of the time, but I mean, it's really kind of hit or miss. But that's about all I can really see. But the first few times that the flashes happened for me, I was just doing something random. Like, actually, I can think of the first time it happened. I was walking down the stairs at my parents' house, and I saw a bright flash coming from the left side. And I looked over that way thinking like, what was that? Because I didn't know. I just assumed it was maybe like the reflection of sunlight off of a piece of glass, or you know when the sun reflects off of like a glass table or somebody's watch face or maybe some water. It gives like a pretty intense flash, right? Like you get a really bright glare in your eyes and it's like, oh man, that's bright. So that's what it looked like for me the first time that I ever experienced the flash. And then after that first time I just totally caught off guard, and I just kind of wrote it off as, well, it was the glare of the sun. Well, as I investigated further in that room, I thought, well, the sun's not shining in right now. So it was like, that doesn't really make sense. But then the flashes happened a few more times, and I recognized that, hey, these are the flashes that everybody's talking about. These are the random flashes that just happen. Now, to explain what it looks like I just said, it looks like a glare of sunlight off of glass, maybe water, someone's watch face, or it looks like a really bright camera flash. And so if you're sitting around and you're like, oh man, I'm seeing flashes all over the place, and I know people are just taking my photo because, you know, I'm a famous YouTuber now. Yeah, right. But anyway, if you're thinking around, sitting around thinking that, and you're like, oh yeah, people are just taking my picture, and then you realize, you know, you're at home by yourself and there's nobody else around, you could maybe assume that those are the flashes. And that's what happens to me sometimes when I'm hanging around and nobody else is home, or I'm somewhere where it wouldn't make any sense for someone to be taking a picture of me. Well, it's probably just the flashes happening. And I would say for me, typically the flashes occur like one flash at a time. It's not like a series of bright flashes, but rather it's maybe like one flash, and then maybe a half hour later I'm doing something again and I'll get another flash. And it's just a really quick, like a camera flash. So I don't really think there's any explanation for it. I've talked to other people regarding these flashes. I've also talked to the retina specialist that I see. I've talked to him about it, and there's really no definitive answer for why these flashes occur. So obviously, we don't really have a definitive answer. Maybe one of you have received some type of answer about the flashes. If you do, I would love to hear it if you want to leave that down below in the comments. Otherwise, like I said, from everybody I've talked to, it just sounds like it's something that's common in this community, people with low vision, but there's no real explanation for why it's happening to us. All right, let's get on to floaters. Now, this is something else that's very common. not only for people who are low vision, but it seems like it's very common in people, just anybody, sighted or not, where they may see floaters. Now, what causes the floaters? Again, there's a lot of varying opinions on what causes all these floaters. I've heard a lot of people say like it's a collection of dead cells that are just floating around, obstructing your vision. I don't know if I buy that so much, but I guess it could be. Again, no real definitive answer for why these are occurring, but there's a lot of theories for why they are. The floaters that I see are more like a pinwheel shape. It doesn't just like float on by and then it's like, see you later, but it's more like it's like a worm that kind of pinwheels around it could be there for like 5 or 7, maybe 10 minutes at a time. It just sits there and spins around and around, and then he just finally disappears after a while. So I don't know if I really consider that a floater so much, but it's more like just a weird like worm guy that floats around my vision. So kind of weird. But anyway, I'd like to hear your experiences. Do you also experience these flashes and these floater type phenomenon that happen in your vision? If so, what does it look like to you? If you've been experiencing these flashes, because I feel like these are more rare, the flashes versus floaters, because it feels like a lot of people experience floaters, right? But the flashes seem a little bit more unique. So if that's something that you also experience, I'd really like to hear about your experiences. Like, how long have they been happening? How long do they occur for? Do you just get one flash here or there? Do you get a series of flashes? What does it look like to you? And how long are they spaced out? For me, when was the last flash? I think the last flash I had was, I don't know, a few days, maybe a week or two ago. I don't really remember, but they come in streaks that I've noticed. Like occasionally I'll get a couple flashes per day for a while, and all of a sudden I won't get any flashes for, I don't know, a few days or a few weeks, maybe even a month or two. I won't have any flashes of any kind. So it's really random. I wouldn't say there's any real sequence to when or why they appear and when they do. But anyway, that's why I really like to hear your opinions about this. Now, I realize this is probably not like the most informative video in the world, but I thought it would be interesting to put this video out there and just tell everybody like, hey, flashes are actually pretty common, because I've talked to numerous people on this channel who have reached out asking if I experience the flashes as well. So it's certainly not an isolated incident if you are experiencing the flashes, but I just thought, you know what, I should create a video about this because there's like a surprising number of people reaching out to me asking, hey, do you see these flashes too? But anyway, so let's get into the last topic of today's video, flamingos. I don't really have anything to say about flamingos other than they're just like pretty cool birds, right? Hey, did you know this? Flamingos actually fly. I didn't realize that. I just learned that like 3 weeks ago. The reason I learned that, and the way that I learned that, is Corey and I were actually down on the island of Bonaire in the Caribbean, just I think it's about 100 miles north of the Venezuelan border, the border of Venezuela. And there's a ton of flamingos on that island, which is really weird, but they're on that island. And we had a taxi driver who was driving us around, and there were just flamingos everywhere. Now, I couldn't see them, but he would drive by like a little lake, and he'd be like, look, and Corey would just say like literally the entire shoreline was just covered in pink flamingos. And he's like, I don't know how it came up, but he asked he didn't ask. We asked him if they fly, or I don't know how it came up, but he said, yeah, they fly in groups of like 5 or 10. It's so weird. Like, who would imagine flamingos would fly, right? I just assumed they were kind of like an ostrich, right? Like they're a bird that has wings, but they're kind of worthless wings. They don't really do anything. But apparently flamingos actually use them. But yeah, I think that's about all I have. Kind of an interesting video. But anyway, hey, I want to give a shout out to a good friend here on the channel, Vinny from the channel Life with Blindness. She's doing an awesome job over there and a lot of really interesting content. I've learned just a ton from Vinny. You know, you've been going through O&M training for such a long time. I mean, like 10 or something years, 10, 12 years or something. And it's just been crazy to learn everything from you. So it's been really cool talking and communicating. So I really appreciate it. And Hey, if you want an opportunity for a shout out or our weekly giveaways, which now have started as of January 2020, we're doing weekly giveaways. The way that you can participate and or be eligible for a giveaway is all you need to do is each week basically just share any of the videos from the previous week. Is that how we're doing it? Yeah, it's the previous week. So share any of the videos from the previous week, and then we will be drawing winners like this week. So for example, today is Thursday. Now what we do is we draw out of whatever videos we had published last week. Basically, we just go into any of those videos randomly and just choose a winner, and basically that's who we're giving the giveaway to. So that's what we're doing. If you want, all you have to do is just basically share a video and just leave a comment saying, hey, I shared the video, whatever. Or, I love the video and here's my question. Oh, by the way, I also shared it. So I don't know. Hopefully you like that. We're going to try it for a while. We want to do the weekly giveaways. We just really appreciate everybody being here, and we, I don't know, we just want to give away more stuff. So that's what we're going to do. So anyway, today's winner for the giveaway is Dark Queen. And the reason I know that is because before we started filming, I had Corey do the random comment generator, and Dark Queen came up. So congratulations to you. If you want to claim your prize, all you have to do is just send me an email, blindtobillionaire@gmail.com, and we'll send you over some Christmas cash. That's what we call it, even though Christmas is gone. All right, anyway, a lot of rambling, so I will be done for today. But if you have any comments or questions, or you want to be eligible for next week's giveaway, feel free to share any of the videos from this week. And next week, we will come on to these videos, draw a winner, and you could possibly win something. All right, thanks for watching this, and I'll catch you on maybe Saturday, I'm not sure yet, or otherwise Monday. Have a nice day, and see you soon.
You can't wait to see me.